Like all dynasties, Acro's reign of terror eventually ended. What could have toppled this beast from its throne? 110 million years ago, Acrocanthosaurus was the alpha predator ruling North America. But then, it just vanished.
What happened to it? Well, this all-American killer disappears, and unfortunately, it disappears into what's currently a mystery zone, a twilight zone of dinosaur history. We don't have rocks of the right age with dinosaur fossils to show Acrocanthosaurus disappearing.
If Acro was such an amazing hunter, why did it die off? This massive hypercarnivore may have been outdone by other predators. One of the greatest threats was a small but highly aggressive and vicious thief called Deinonychus.
This was a very, very deadly predator, even on its own. It's a very smart animal. It's got a very, very, very large brain. Also, recently discovered, it had an extremely good sense of smell. They have kind of short and stout legs for their size. But what they lacked in speed, they made up for in agility. This guy could turn on a dime.
A fully grown Deinonychus is less than 10 feet long and weighs only about 150 pounds. But its size is deceiving because Deinonychus is a walking blitzkrieg.
It's got lots of sharp teeth, it's got lots of sharp claws on its hand, and it's got a particular special adaptation on its feet, which made it a very deadly predator just on its own. If we look at the killing claw of Deinonychus, it looks pretty darn impressive. But an important thing to remember is that this is just the bony part of the claw. If you extend it out maybe 30%, that gives you a sense of the size of the actual claw that would be used to pierce into the flesh of the unfortunate victims of Deinonychus. It can stand back on one foot and use this counterbalance to keep it oriented properly without falling over, so it could strike in with those arm claws and especially with that foot claw.
And Deinonychus could hit Acro where it was weakest, its unborn offspring. Acro eggs could be a prime target for this wily predator.
It probably would be able to go after those eggs and eat them so long as mommy or daddy Acrocanthosaurus weren't around to fight back. So a Acrocanthosaurus may have had to face Deinonychus even before it was born.
Yet if the young Acro survived, Deinonychus still would pose a threat. By the age of 5, Acrocanthosaurus is already nearly as large as a hippo. But this brash young hunter isn't big enough yet to scare away all rivals. And Deinonychus does not act alone. It is a pack hunter. A juvenile Acro would be at a serious disadvantage when faced with a team of highly mobile, acrobatic assassins.
Deinonychus was actually a powerful jumper so that it could leap onto the sides of prey items and grab on with these sharp arm claws to hold on. The jaws would be very useful for biting and slicing.
One-on-one, Deinonychus was no match for Acro, but a Deinonychus gang could easily drive a juvenile Acro away from its kill and steal its food.